note in this that the recommendation is that the council approve random order for candidate names. Any reason for this recommendation?
Council has, so in terms of order on papers, we have the opportunity to go alphabetically, reverse alphabetically, random for everybody, or or even an extra random as well. Huh? Pseudo-random. So there are options. You'll notice that Hamilton have already made their decision and they are going random. There have been analysis done that if you are A, you stood better luck than the guys on Z, or if you were Z at the top, you did better than A, and if you did anything else there. If we have gone because we had previous councillors up there or down there, and so you can decide what. There are more and more councillors who are now saying that it should be random. Councillor McGill.
I actually prefer the alphabetical one because of that's how I've always voted in the past in the general elections and local town elections. I think it's always been the case with alphabetical. But with random, it doesn't explain. It's explained what pseudo-random is, but it doesn't explain how random is done. I mean, what is random? I mean,
my understanding is random. All your names go into there, and they go there, and all your names go into a bucket, and they're pulled out like you do when you pay up the top. And so
what's different from that from pseudo?
Pseudo-random is every paper is random at times.
I think it's the other way around.
Other way around.
It is the other way around the way this is written.
Yeah. So that random means that, or pseudo-random means that all, every paper is the same. Pseudo-random means that each paper going out could have a different order, and you have to find it. Health board.
That's random.
So how does, each paper has a different order? What's meant by that? So not everyone's name is put into the hat?
No, that means that if I did one of them, and yours came out first, it'll be McGill on 1,600 red papers. And that's just, we have in the room somebody who actually wrote the legislation because he wanted to confuse it all in the room. You'll get Mr. Spilgrave just to explain, the four different things. If you went to one of the randoms, your name might be on the top of mine.
Yeah, thank you. Just to provide clarification, when the legislation was written, which outlined the reason and rationale why there was different options given to council, and it was perceived that alphabetical provided a bias towards the beginning of the alphabet compared to the end of the alphabet. So we considered a number of ways, and the first one was pseudo-random, is where you draw a name out of a hat, and every single voting paper follows that pattern. All right? That was the most cost-effective at the time because computerisation hadn't caught up. But the Act was written so that computerisation could catch up, and random means that every voting paper, the computer randomly selects the names on the voting paper. So in theory, no voting paper should be roughly the same, but when you print 10,000, they will be. But the computer randomly draws each voting paper, so the names will not be consistent. So if husband and wife get their voting papers, they'll look vastly different.
So your name, like we go down the random path, pseudo-random, McGill, Sinclair, George would be there on every paper. If it goes the other way, you may be on that paper number 1, but you may be on that paper number 5. And so people, again, the reasoning has been that if they wish to vote for George Blow, people will know they want to vote for George Blow and search him out. If I'm right, and I think the health board have used random.
Most people use, it has been historic that pseudo-random was the cheapest option because of the cost of the calculations to do random. Most people are now moving to random because the ability's there and it's perceived to be the fairest selection on a voting paper to create evenness for all candidates. And that's why it was put there.
So is there a computer data system that does the randomisation?
And then prints them out with just one of these, like a lotto card. Yeah. So you have the choices of alphabetically, you can go reverse alphabetically if you want to. And we had a council of the W and sort of to wake up and go reverse because I want to go to the top, just for once in my life. So you have there in which councils are going into that so that people actually say I want to vote for George Blow and therefore find that vote. Please make a recommendation to our deputy officer so that they know where to go.
Just the point that the need to make any randoms seems that your electors are a bit dumb. And if you have it as an alphabetical list, they're going to go A, B, C, D or A, B, C, whatever it is, and that's the reason we don't want it. So I think we're making a pretty terrible assumption about the ability of our electors. We're not looking after a huge district. We've only got a small district. Everyone on that list should be known. And why not have it alphabetical? Because if you're looking through a list, you're going, I want to find G or F or H. You know where it is. You don't have to go to the bottom of the list or the top of the list. It's an alphabetical list. And our electors are smart, not dumb.
Well, that may well be so, but the evidence over many things, as Mr. Snellgrove said, showed that electors, that if they had electoral voting, they can tick A, B, C, D, and did do that, and the evidence showed that if you were there, and we even had people who are actually changing their names so that they could do it. Other thoughts, please? Doesn't matter. This is actually a matter which is a little concern to me. Councillor Shepherd.
We always have the alphabetical order. I would like to see us change and go random for the reasons that Mr. Snellgrove said about the preference to the beginning of the alphabet.
There's still only going to be a few to look
In
through.
fairness, I agree with Councillor Lucina. I think our ratepayers are smart enough to know who they want to vote and they will find those names on the paper wherever they are.
So it depends upon which way you think they're smart. Smart people, they go to this, or smart because they do. Both are saying smart for different reasons. Yeah. Councillor Lee.
I'm happy to go random.
Please.
I'd say the same. The reasons that Councillor said, last year, the Hero Award was unopposed last time around. So let's say it might be opposed by the two Hero Awards. I don't think there might have been a fourth person, so 3 or 4. No. Unopposed. So we've got the unopposed. Cobra had a couple more candidates that were unsuccessful. So it's not like the district health board. When I go to the district health board, I look at the list of 25 people and you've got to pick 4. It is difficult because by the time you get down to the 15th one, you sort of think, well, I haven't heard of that person, I haven't heard of that person. So we're actually quite different from a big health board or a city council, where we don't have huge numbers of candidates. And as Councillor Lucina says, everyone will know, pretty much know everyone.
Okay. And that's sort of valid, but certainly an area in which I guess the TVR doesn't have anybody, only has one standing, it doesn't matter whether they're random or not.
Your Worship, just one point I did forget. The legislation was written in another part where you could choose either first past the post or single transferable vote, STV. Now, you've probably made the decision to be first past the post.
Yes.
So when you look at the complexity of the electoral system